on this computer. All right, I am here with my accountant, Teresa Lindberg with Impact LLC. Glad to have you with us. We're just doing a quick Q&A here. So I have been your client for a couple years now. You've known my business, which we deal largely with reviews and reputation for businesses. So you've kind of had a lot of exposure to that, but you were not our client until recently. So tell me a little bit, Teresa, about what changed and what precipitated that change for you to engage us now.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And thank you for helping me out. I'm very positive now after a very scary incident here about a month ago, where, as you just mentioned, we've known each other for quite some time now, and I know about your services, and I hadn't engaged him, and I hadn't prioritized the marketing and specifically the reviews piece of my business for a number of years, thinking I was growing so fast as it was that I didn't really need help or services, that I was really on the right track with everything we were doing internally. And then we got into a situation where we had a negative review online that I was not aware of. I wasn't out there looking for it. I am just heads down working 24/7, and had an opportunity for further growth for the firm. And as part of that event, I was asked to speak at a large conference that'll lead to further growth for Impact. They did a background check with me, and they noticed the review, and they were very concerned, which was very enlightening because then they asked some very tough questions.
Yeah, so let me clarify this. You had a negative review, but no positive reviews at all.
None, no online presence.
And obviously you have happy clients, but you had never asked for reviews. So you had no reviews. All you had was the negative review.
Correct. So that's the only thing that came up in our background search. They had heard good things about us from the people who said we should be speaking at this conference, but they can't just go on one person's view. They have to, provide a background for the conference attendees and who we are and what we're doing. And they don't want to look bad either. I mean, they're a large company, one of the largest in the nation for what they do in their industry. And so to get up on their stage, they don't want to just bring anybody up there. They need to know who is going to be sitting up there. And reviews obviously kind of speak from like a third party verified view of who you are. And so I had no idea this was out there, and they were very concerned when they saw this, and it questioned whether they had chosen the right person to represent their company as well as their brand. And luckily, with your services, obviously, we're rectifying that situation. We are speaking at this conference.
Good.
It's a big deal now. I mean, literally, that became where we were on the steady growth path to doing really well, to all of a sudden a career-limiting move like a negative review.
Wow.
That could have sank us. We're a small firm.
Right.
We're very dedicated to what we do, and knowing that the only presence out there was not positive was very scary.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. So now the thing that I've been impressed by is that you absolutely do have some great customers and that love you. As you can see, within a short amount of time, we've been able to build up your positive review profile, without a ton of, effort having to be done to do that. So there were a lot of positive reviews that people were ready to give you.
Correct. And we only reached out to a handful so far. So with your guys knowing about recency and how to make sure that we stay relevant based on when those reviews are. We don't want all one at one time.
No.
Especially just all one in response to a negative one.
Exactly.
So we have a plan to grow that over time rather than just all at once where it looks paid or false. So I really like that approach.
Well, I thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of business owners are in a similar place. They're busy growing their businesses. They have a lot of priorities, right? And the reviews piece is one of those things that, yes, I know it's important. Like logically, I know this is important. But in terms of priority of taking action on it, it gets put on the back burner until we have a situation.
Yeah, and being an accountant, I deal with small business owners every single day, hundreds of them.
Yep.
And we're constantly balancing those priorities of sales and marketing, financial, and operations or product.
Yep.
And it's hard because when you're first starting out, one of the very, very first pieces you're trying to build is operations and product.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're trying to just stay on top financially so that you can get that out there.
Right.
A lot of people don't prioritize that sales and marketing piece, especially if they're organically growing,
Yep.
until sometimes it's too late. And so really that's what's going to keep you afloat and keep you in business is the sales and marketing piece.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so would you recommend then business owners look at reviews as a piece of this earlier rather than later?
Yes. And I think that's intuitive to brick and mortar businesses. I think everyone knows if you're a restaurant or a shop that you have to have good online reviews because that's how people find you.
Yep.
I didn't realize as a service provider that it was so important as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you. You guys are a great account for us. I happily wrote you a positive review. You've done a great job for us. So if anybody's looking for a CPA or accountant, you got to check out Teresa and Impact LLC. And thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us.
And thanks for your time as well.